Hi everybody, welcome to episode 2 of Cloud Mining with Genesis Mining. So today I'm going to log into the server. Even though I've logged in every couple days, I didn't want to make this, first episode of trying to check on the updates with just 1 day's worth of data. I really wanted to have a few days worth of data so we can maybe make a little bit of a better forecast as to how it's doing. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and jump over to the Genesis site. I've already logged in for purposes of going faster. And as you can see, I'm on the dashboard. Again, those 2 mega hash, which is all Ether. And I want to go see what my payouts look like. So I'm going to click on My Orders. And I'm going to scroll down here. Actually, before I scroll down, if you look right here, here is the total amount of Ethereum that they're holding for me. And there's no other coin because I'm not mining any other coin at the moment. We did that 100% Ethereum. And the other part of it is there's a little note here, my pending balance of payouts paid with credit card. That's important. We'll go over that and one other issue that I've read a lot of people have on the web and that people didn't understand what the process is. So I'm going to slide down here and see my pending balance for payout history, which of course is everything since I set up the account on 8/29. And as we can see, there's some numbers here. Since it's Ethereum, my brain isn't calculating what it is. So we'll use the spreadsheet that we started last time. And we'll use that to help us calculate what it is per dollar and compare how it works against the forecasting. But before I jump to the spreadsheet, I wanted to go over these 2 things. One is that I did set this account up on 8/29, and even though that might have been a partial day, I still was thinking daily payouts, I'm going to see some number there. And so I jumped over to the Genesis site, and on there, which is right here, I went to customer service, then I jumped over to payouts, and then I looked at this one question, which is I bought my contract in the past 48 hours, and I guess they're looking for where that first payout is. And basically, they've got some different, processes that have to happen before the payout is going to get to your account. So it's going to take up to 48 hours. Meaning, don't look for it the first day, look for it the second day. And sure enough, it's there, and every day after that is there, going to the daily payouts as they promise. The second thing is, which was that note that we looked at up here about paid with credit card, and that is that if you paid with a credit card, you're not going to receive your money right away. In other words, they're not going to release it. And if you read here, they're waiting 30 plus 2 days in order to pay you any balances. I'm sure that's because people will cancel, ask for their money back from the credit card company, and they probably have no recourse in coin to get that back from you. So if you would want to get that payout right away, then you're going to have to pick a different method, like using one of the cryptocurrencies to pay for it. In my case, I paid with a credit card. It's not a problem that, I didn't get paid for the 30 days, or in this case, 32 days. But it's important to understand why and not to think like, oh, these guys are just holding my money and this is a scam, because so far that's not the case. So we'll minimize that and we'll go back to the mining results. And we'll slide this up. And at this point, I know I updated a couple days ago the spreadsheet, but I'm going to go ahead and update these numbers that we're seeing. And just to go faster, we're going to copy, I believe I need this number right here. And in watching the video, I'm sure you saw the spreadsheet last time. I've made a few enhancements to it. So one of the enhancements that I made was that I created a separate tab that'll track the 30 days that feeds this number into the spreadsheet. So on that tab, I'm just copying and pasting the numbers, as I'm going to do now from Genesis site, dropping them in here, and then it's automatically calculating for me the actual United States currency value of these Ethereum coins. Now, one other thing I did that was kind of cool is I put an XML function into the spreadsheet that actually goes and updates the numbers and gets the current value of Ethereum at the time. I open the spreadsheet as well as every so many minutes, That way it's actually always changing. So in this case, we're seeing, at first we've got 13 cents, 12 cents, 12 cents, and so on. And remember, that first one is actually 2 days. So it was barely any more than the others. And, I'm not sure what time I started on 8/29, but it was expected to not be a full amount. It would have been great for it to be bigger, but it is what it is. So let's go back to the site. Let's grab the information from the 4th. Let's put that in there. And then let's go back and grab the information from the 5th. So this will bring us up to date. And it looks like we're hitting pretty much 12 cents. Let me just kind of expand this out a little bit and make sure we get a little bit more data so we can see it. So almost identical numbers here. Slight variance here and there, but that's expected. This is not an exact science. Let's go back to our forecast tab. And so we're on day 8, and we've basically made 87 cents. Now at 87 cents, and as you can see, it just changed because the price fluctuated. At 86 cents, we're actually behind target because we said we wanted to, or we were forecasting that it was going to be $5.36 each month. And that probably comes out to somewhere around 17, 18 cents a day, and we're at 10 cents a day. So right now, it's not looking good. Now, the price of Ethereum is affecting this because I'm actually doing the math based on the actual current price. And maybe the math should have been kind of locked in at the price when I spent the $60 and looked at it like, hey, this $60 was an Ethereum purchase at X, shares per dollar. And that maybe would give us a better result based on the fact that on that day that we ran the calculators or the prediction calculators or estimator calculators, whatever you want to call them, that they came up with this number. So we're not looking good at the moment, but again, we're pretty, short window into it, 8 days when you're talking about 2 years. So there's a long way to go, but that first month is really going to tell us everything. So I did some additional research based on some of the numbers I was seeing during the week. And trust me, this number was looking a lot worse after Saturday when the numbers for Ethereum dropped a lot. But in my research, I found that there were a couple of other online profit calculators that we could use. And I figured I'd take a look at how they were compared to Crypto Compare and figure out, is it something that maybe Crypto Compare is doing differently? Are they all the same as far as the numbers, or is there some variance? So going back to Crypto Compare, today's calculation isn't showing me that $5.39 a month. It's showing me $4.62. So based on the currency, the volume, and different details, the complexity of everything, it's now a little bit lower per day. Still okay because it's a positive number. Remember, we have no power consumption. We have no fees, like if you're in a pool and you are mining on your own, there's no pool fees. So in the end, it's still a positive number, but it's not what we predicted that day that we sat down with the calculator and invested, the money to purchase the cloud mining plan from Genesis. So here's another calculator, which is also using today's numbers. And this one's on Coin Wars. I'll put the links to all of these sites below. And you can see here we did the same thing. 2 mega hash as the hash rate. We've got 0 power, meaning we've got 0 costs. There's no pool fees here because we're not in a pool. And we just press calculate. And then if we just scroll down a little bit, this is actually looking kind of where we are today, 12 cents. So again, these guys were at around 15 cents a day or $4.62 a month. And here we're seeing $3.69 a month. So these numbers more realistic based on what performance we're getting today and in the past week. So that's on Coin Wars. And there's one more on My Crypto Buddy. And again, we got the 2 mega hash rate. We've got 0 power cost, or I should say 0 watts, giving us 0 power cost, and 0 pool fee because we're not in a pool. And here we're seeing a monthly of $3.76, and we're seeing a daily of 13 cents. So it looks like these two are a little closer in line with each other, and that maybe Crypto Compare might be just a little bit higher on the forecasting. Now, this looks a lot nicer from a presentation standpoint, so I think that maybe more people will use this to use this as a number because of that, whereas these two are actually better number calculators based on real, information that I'm getting. So right now, not great numbers. Not too excited about what I'm seeing, but like I said, there's a long way to go. The coin itself could go up, tenfold in that 2-year window. If you look at just what's happened in the past, 8 months with these few main coins like Bitcoin and Ethereum, they've gone up a lot. Litecoin. So we can't really say anything yet if we're going to hit our target, if we're going to exceed our target. But at the moment, we're definitely below our projections. I'm not going to sit there and try to calculate, how much below are we? How does that change our, projected break-even point? I'm just going to let it ride a little bit, and we'll check back again in, some window of time so we can catch up and figure out how it's going. Tune into some of the other videos that I'm making that are going to be doing desktop mining. We're going to be doing an actual physical server that we use for web hosting, mining. And then the last one we're going to do, of course, is, with the desktop mining, I think we're going to order some actually good video cards and use those as part of a test. I think that just using a standard video card and your CPU is pretty useless given the complexity of today's algorithms and data that they have to calculate. So I think we're going to have to actually buy a couple of video cards. We've got them on order, which is, I know, pretty tough to get these days. And we'll hopefully get them in a week or so, and we'll make some videos on that. So having said that, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up below. Subscribe to my channel so you can see the other episodes and you'll get notified. And good luck on your mining. Leave some comments if you've got any below, including if you've done some mining, what your experience is. And hopefully I'll do some other videos. I think I'd like to try to talk to several other miners to get data and try to see, is everybody in a positive, in a negative, or really in a break-even mode? Because right now I'm not feeling like the positive is there, just like I didn't feel that when I first looked into cryptocurrency mining. Again, thanks for hanging out for the whole video. Good luck on your mining, and we'll see you next time.